Excuse me as I kiss the sky.
There's a lot of things that factor in women being single. It could be their damn zip code. It could be anything. 10 reasons why you can't keep a man, boo-boo. Number 1, stop venting on your Facebook page. That's just tacky. Keep that to yourself, venting. How many horrible dates you went on? You sound like me. Nobody want to hear all that complaining all the time. Nobody want to hear that. Believe it or not, men are looking at your Facebook. That's your background check, boo. Number 2, fix your face. How many fellas done treated you wrong? You carrying your baggage around. Bag lady, you gon' miss your bus. Your attitude. You can't hurry up, cause you got too much stuff. Fix your attitude. Have a more positive outlook on the fellas. Niggas see you coming. Them niggas take off running from you. It's true, oh yes they do. You have a positive attitude about the fellas. 9 times out of 10 you bring more positive fellas. One day, all them bags gon' get in your way. Positive thoughts create positive feelings, which create positive perceptions that equal positive circumstances. Remember that. Number 3. Stop letting your friends and your family dictate what kind of relationship that you're going to have. You can use their advice. That's okay. People give some good advice. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. People give you advice based upon their own experiences, which could be very different from the experiences that you have. It's not like everybody can give you sound advice without knowing each piece of information that's connected to this specific situation that you're having with this specific guy. 4, you live with your mom. Get out your mother house. Go live by yourself. Nowadays, the fellas are starting to look and see what you got going on, what your mileage is, what your history is. Dudes wanting to know your beacon score. I know it's still a whole bunch of guys under their mother roof. I know that. But that ain't gotta be you. If you are not financially secure enough to live on your own, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be dating. I know there's plenty of people that are living in their parents' home for whatever reasons. You know, I try not to be judgmental of that, but to be honest with you, if you're not living by yourself, you're not ready for nothing. I think you need to get it together first. 5, stop being a Jesus freak. I'm sorry, I know you Christian and all this stuff, and you love Jesus and hallelujah. Jesus is your dude. You love God, and you know God is great. God is good all of the time. You're spewing out scriptures to the man, scaring the man off. Some people go too far with their religion. Like some people just too much. It's a lot of guys that's Christian. Don't throw Jesus in this man's face over and over and over again. I don't think there's a man alive that feels like they could compete with Jesus. I know that you believe that Jesus is the only way that your relationship is going to be able to work, because a lot of women feel like if a man ain't got God in their life, then they don't need to be in their life. And I get that and I understand that, but that's your belief, not that man's belief. Unless that man is into the Lord how you are, and both of y'all Jesusing it up in the choir together, and worshiping together, and knocking on people's doors like Jehovah's Witnesses together, turn down that Jesus stuff. Just turn it down. 6, focus on your man, girl. Focus. You focused on every other thing but your man. Now you want to be sociable, you want to talk to your friends, you want to talk to your family, you want to do so much, it's so little time. To be honest with you, men need attention. And if you focus on 1,000 other things other than him sometimes, that's not going to work out. So if you're dating somebody or you're interested in dating somebody, take dating serious. You know, focus on that. If you're not looking, if you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to get it. think people believe that if they focus on their career and they focus on their finances and their family, a man is just going to magically pop out of the sky. And it really doesn't work that way. You got to make yourself available. If you're not tuned into the right radio station, you're not going to hear the right kind of music. So if you're looking for a man, you need to turn to that man's station. You feel what I'm saying? Number 7, you need to exercise. Guys are visual creatures. Get on a treadmill. Work them hips. Run, girl. Matter of fact, get on some regular terrain where some hills and some grass and some stuff that's difficult to climb through, and kill it. Stop it with the carbs. You know, I'm not one to talk about weight, because you know I'm a thick with it. A lot of men don't want a whole bunch of overweight women, and in the South, all I see is overweight women. It's just thickness, thighs and butts and stomachs and breasts and double chins and back fat. So get in shape. 8. You know what people looking for in the club? Somebody to go home with that night. People that really are into the club, you can kind of tell when you walk in the club that they don't really go to the club like that, because they really don't fit in. All that 4 or 5 nights a week, going to the club Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. That's just extra. You don't have to put on your freakum dress and go to the club just to meet a guy. There's plenty of men everywhere, so stop looking there. You ain't gotta look there. That to me, that's the wrong place to look. And I hear a whole bunch of single ladies that go to the club all the time, and they be like, why can't I find a man? Why can't I keep a man? I need a man that's gonna go to the club with me. Trust me, when you're in a very fulfilled relationship, you're gonna realize that going to the club and partying like that ain't even that deep. And the only reason why you was going to the club and partying the way you was before was because you was single and you was looking for somebody to kick it with. 9. Play your position. At least know what your role is as a woman. Like, a lot of women don't know their role. Be a lady. Be a good lover. Be a good listener. Be a good supporter. You can't really force a man to do something he don't want to do. Just how we make them earn trust, a lot of times you gotta earn trust. And once you understand how that process works, you might be able to keep a man. Keep it patient. You gotta have some patience, man. Have patience with these dudes. 10. Be realistic about what you want. Seriously. I mean, we all got some flaws. We all got some things that we gotta work on. But stop expecting Mr. Perfection to come walk through the door. Some women got too many barriers. Y'all barriers are too high. It's like a high wall of China situation. It's like a big ass structure around your heart instead of just a plain old fence. Then you got barbed wire at the top. Then you got snipers hanging from the tallest tower. Then you got ninjas coming out the side ready to throw stars at dudes that come knocking on the door. Pipe that down. You narrowing it down. Your pickings are getting slim. You're losing candidates. You're losing candidates. Some regular guys, some guys that you don't see that's driving a nice car with the rims, with that big ass chain on, looking utterly ridiculous. The broke dude with the raggedy car that's going to school, he could be a good dude for you know. Y'all need to give these dudes a chance, man. Let these dudes show you what kind of person they are, because money ain't everything. Looks ain't even everything, because I can tell you like this. I done been with some fine ass, financially stable men who are so inconsiderate, so selfish, and self-absorbed. It comes to a point where they are oblivious to how to treat a woman, because they so used to women coming so easily because of what they look like and what they got. They don't even know how to treat a woman. And another thing, stop comparing these men, okay? Don't compare these men to your friend man, to your old man, to a man that you seen on a television show or some movie that you was watching. Men don't even like that.
Top 10 mistakes that men make in relationships. First of all, I think it's important that men find an older man or someone who can be a mentor to them if they themselves don't have a father figure. Because I believe that a lot of these men walking around, no matter the age group, still seem to have no idea what it means to be a real man. And everyone has their different definition about what a real man is. And everyone has their different definition of what a good relationship is. But it's always good to have someone in your life and by your side that can actually teach you some things that you don't even know about yourself. And after you're having a couple of conversations and you're communicating with men who've experienced a lot more life than you, you'll start to understand what being a real man means and what's been hiding underneath your ego. Fellas, your ego had you doing some stuff. One thing that I've noticed about men is that when they're talking amongst their homeboys or whatever, they definitely have a different story about what they want from a woman. I have a lot of male friends, and I've always been the tomboy, the one with the male friends. Since as far back as I remember, my best friend has always been male. And I've always heard groups of men talking amongst each other, but when they talk to me individually, their stories tend to change when they're discussing how they feel about women. And what I've noticed about men is that every man wants that one woman in his life. Every single man, no matter how many women he's sleeping with, or how promiscuous he is, or how blind he is to what kind of woman he wants, he knows that he wants that one woman in his life that will help his life progress. I tell people all the time, we came to this planet in pairs. Men and women are going to try to make you believe that you don't need anybody, and you don't need relationships, and you don't need somebody to be with you. You should just let it come to you, and you should blah blah blah, whoop da whoop. But the reality is, we come to this planet in pairs, and it's important that you find your partner. Your partner's out there somewhere. Here's some mistakes that you guys make all the time. Number one, sometimes you give a woman too much power over you. It's not a good idea to let a woman have complete control over the relationship. You gotta let her know what things you want and what you need in the relationship in order for it to be reciprocated. And if you're always letting her have control over the relationship, there's no balance inside of that relationship. Because somewhere inside of you, you are believing that you don't deserve that certain type of woman. You're coming off as if you don't know how to make decisions on your own. If you're a good man, you deserve a good woman. That means you deserve a good relationship. Number two, trying to have too much control. Some men are just way too aggressive. They got to control everything that's going on, and control is for the weak that seek strength by that means. Don't be a hoarder of power. Those power struggles will create a competitive environment for you two. It's okay for you to be competitive with your homeboys, but you really don't want to be in a competitive situation with your woman. Y'all not supposed to be versus each other. Y'all supposed to be a team. When you're trying to control everything, you come off as extremely insecure. Number three, you somehow believe that the good that you do today will last tomorrow. That's like you taking a shower on Monday and thinking that you're going to still smell good on Friday. That's right. You have to shower daily. You have to brush your teeth daily. You have to clean daily. It's just something that you have to do over and over and over again. And that's the same thing with relationships. Gifts and whining and dining tonight last tonight. It don't go past that. Tomorrow is a new day, a new chance to show this woman how you care about her. You got to prove your love all over again. And I know sometimes you're tired. You're going to work. You don't feel like it. You just left the gym. You don't feel like it. You just got drunk with your homies on a hangover last night. And you up the next morning and you just don't feel like it. But relationships are work. And the more you sit around and don't do anything for your relationship, the worse that relationship is going to be. You get out of a relationship what you put into it. And a lot of men don't want a nagging woman. But what are you doing to preserve the relationship to where she won't be nagging? You don't spend time with me. You don't spend time with me. You don't call. You don't communicate. You don't. If you're hearing that over and over and over again, my friend, that means you got some work to do. Women appreciate good deeds. And if she doesn't appreciate good deeds from you, that means you with the wrong woman. You chose the wrong one. It's time to keep it moving. Number 4, being overly possessive. Like, stop with the possessiveness, going through the phone, hiding in the bushes, not letting her go out with her friends, telling her what she can wear, telling her what she can eat. Cut it out with the iron fist. That whole jealousy and you not letting your girlfriend do anything but sit up under you all the time is horrible. Never believe that your woman is beneath you. A woman is not your possession. You can't buy her. You can't replace her. She's not a fitted hat or your car or a pair of sneakers or nothing like that. You know, you got to treat a person like a person. You can't replace people. A person is not a possession. Number 5, allowing your friends and family to dictate what happens in your relationship. Yes, men do that too. No one outside of your relationship should have a measure of control over it. Not even a small portion. You might be able to say something a little bossy to her sometimes, but she don't need to hear that from your mama or your sister, your aunts or your female cousins, or maybe even some female platonic friends you got. Women don't like being told what to do. Like, we're not peasants. Stop with all the extreme kissing up, okay? It's good to give a woman compliments. We want to be talked to sweetly and kindly, and that's okay, but some stuff is just overboard. You know what's overboard. Kanye West is overboard. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody must learn their basic level of respect. Just how you have to earn her respect, she has to earn your respect as well. Don't always be apologizing. Don't always assume she's right. Have a backbone. Don't place your lady on such a high horse that she forgets where the ground is. Nobody wants somebody they can push over or walk over. I mean, that's too much. Like, I really preach balance. It's balance. There's too much of anything. There's too much of anything can kill you. You have to know when to stop that. Number 7, complacency. Complacency will kill a relationship. I'm telling you. If you're not exactly where you want to be in life, that's okay. Women, we tend to focus on our futures. Everything that we're doing right now is basically to build up what kind of future we plan on having for ourselves and also the people that we love in our lives. But what we do expect to see with the man that we feel has potential is some kind of progress. And if time is going by and we're not seeing any progress, that's a turnoff. Being goal-oriented is very sexy. Having things that you want to do and things that you want to achieve and having that self-motivation is very attractive to a woman. We can't stand it when we meet a man who does not progress. It's like he's sitting in the same spot. Number 8, we hate it, absolutely hate it when you choose to be with us simply because of how we look. I'm telling you, beauty fades, and some of the sexiest women, the most beautiful women on the planet, some of them are insecure and hard to be with. Don't get me wrong, physical attraction is important. Of course, I want you to be attracted to the person that you're with, but you have to understand that there are other things about that person that you need to know about in order to continue being with them. There are some other crucial attributes that a woman needs to have when she's in a relationship with a man. Essential qualities like compassion and kindness and understanding and patience, compatibility. I mean, can the girl hold a conversation? Those are things that you need to factor in when you're choosing a woman for you. Don't just choose off of looks. Number 9, putting other people before the person you're in a relationship with. Putting stuff before your woman. This is a very sensitive topic right here because there's so many other things you got to deal with in life that you want to do, you want to accomplish. You want to hang out with your friends. You might have kids. You want to hang out with your family. You might have to work overtime. You might want to get on a computer. You might want to read. You might want to do some crunches. It could be anything. But those things should never hold more meaning than someone you're in a relationship with, because the person that you are in a relationship with is closer to you than your family member. You're not fucking your mother. You know what I'm saying? You're not laying up with your mother every night. You know what I mean? You're not sitting there discussing a lot of your day-to-day issues with your mother or your sister or your homies that you see at the gym every other day. So, you know, it's just important that you don't put those things before your woman. Like, women, we don't like stuff like that because we put you first. We tend to put you first. Now, we might have kids and our children may be the only thing we decide to put before you, but at the same time it's almost like y'all are kinda on an equal level if y'all have been together. Like, if I've been with a man for a while, it's almost like, okay, this is somebody that I'm with, this is part of my family, I consider him family now, so I have to find a way to balance it out. If a woman feels like there's something in your life that's more important than her, it will become very difficult for you to get her to respond to anything that you got to say. I mean, it's going to be hard to get that conversation to be going smooth. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind that women are very sensitive to this. And number 10, temptation. Yeah, it's going to be other women out there. You're going to see other women. But that don't mean make the mistake of sleeping with these other women or cheating with these other women or lying to your woman about these other women. Women are attracted to men who are attached already, because men inside of a relationship tend to look a lot better to a lot of women. Now, me on the other hand, whenever I see a man who's interested in another woman or has a girlfriend or something like that, it's an immediate turn off, because that's me specifically. But there are a lot of women out there that love married men, love men that are in relationships, because nobody wants somebody they don't nobody want. It's a lot of shallow people out there in a strong relationship, but you got a lust issue. That could definitely destroy whatever's going on between you and your girl. We know that you can't help but look at women sometimes. We get that. We understand that. We know that. But that's as far as it needs to go. No hee and ha and hitting each other up on Facebook and all that extra stuff. That's when the problems come in a relationship, because relationships is not the problem. Love is not the problem. It's when people disrespect each other or do things outside of the relationship to harm the relationship. Just because you see a beautiful woman doesn't mean you got to put your relationship on the back burner. It takes a lot of patience and integrity to basically go against the grain or be different. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of control, a lot of power to be your own person, and it's very, very difficult. And I'm sure it becomes easier with time. I'm sure of it. But remember these mistakes and remember these things, and remember to try to work on what kind of man you are so you can get the kind of woman that you want inside of your life. Because what men tend to do is have the perfect woman for them and then lose her over something stupid, and then realize later on she was good for him. Men realize this shit day to day. I swear for God, I always hear it. Oh, I had a girl and she was this and she was that and I love her and she broke up with me because I cheated on her because I made some mistakes, blah blah blah. I wish I could have that kind of woman again. Don't be that man. You know what I'm saying? Listen to me. I'm a woman. I'm telling you what's up with us.
Hey, it's your favorite girl, Miss Soncerae here, and I'd like to thank you for your video topic suggestions. You guys are giving me some wonderful ideas, and I appreciate that. You can go to Soncerae.com and fill out the video topic suggestion form. It's at the top right of my website, and I will be sure to talk about your topic in one of my videos. I post videos every Wednesdays and Saturdays. I got a video topic suggestion from Angela Garrett. She wants to know how men can sense when a woman is desperate. That's a good one, Angela. There's a lot of people out there with the please love me sign strapped to their forehead. It's all about this whole being clingy thing. That's number one. You can't be clingy. You give less attention to things that you're not worried about. You know what I'm saying? So when you're clingy, you're like on them back to back to back to back to back. Yeah, that's like showing them that you too much. You're extra. You're on them. You're like right on their back. You're like breathing on the back of their neck like a dragon. Stop asking, where is this going? Where is this going? Where is this going? Where are we going? What's going on with us? Constant status updates and validations. Don't even worry about that. That makes you look like you're desperate. You gotta know what's going on with the relationship. Where are we? Where are we? Fishing for compliments all of the time. When you fish for compliments, when you're pressed, you need a compliment every day. You need them to say this and this and that and that. When you stop dealing with your friends, girl, yeah, don't ditch your friends. You meet a guy and you just forget you even got girlfriends. Who does that? Stop. That's how you know. Stop being pressed. Stop settling. Stop dropping your standards. If you don't like a certain thing about a guy, maybe you got a rule. Maybe you got a 90-day rule. Maybe you got a 3-day rule. Maybe you got this thing about not wanting to date people with gold teeth or too many baby mamas or something like that. You show desperation when you be with that person anyway, lowering your standards. Honesty, stability. You want someone who's outgoing, right? And if he doesn't give you none of those things, don't worry about him. Stop rationalizing when they treat you like shit. Is he treating you like shit? Then leave. Why are you still there? You know why? Because you're desperate. Give it up, turn him loose. If he don't want you, you don't need him. Girl, yeah. Give it up, turn him loose. Yeah. What y'all know about that in Vogue? Fall back. Don't deal with disrespect. Keep it moving out the door. Stop being available. Okay, let's go over this one more time. Ready? Don't be clingy. Check. Don't need relationship updates. Check. Stop compliment fishing. Check. Keep your friends. Check. Keep your standards. Check. And don't deal with poor treatment. Check. Being desperate does not attract men. Don't think 6 months ahead. They do not want to feel like your happiness is their responsibility. Keep your happiness your responsibility. Don't live your life through them. Do your own thing, your own projects on a daily basis. And don't panic about the future between you and him, okay? Don't give him any signs, not even a smidget of a sign of desperation, okay? Somebody asked me the other day, how do you know when you found a good woman? I wrote down 5 signs that she's a good woman. Number 1, she reads. She can actually pick up a book of substance and read it. I don't mean Hip Hop Weekly or Essence Magazine. I'm talking about a real book, a real complicated book, almost an encyclopedia, Brown, Britannica book, and actually read it and enjoy herself. Number 2, she prays. If you hear a woman tell you she gonna pray for you, and she always pray for you, and she pray in front of you, she pray around you, she pray near you, that's a good girl right there. Number 3, she never puts you down. Even when she has the opportunity to. Even when you being a butthole. Even when you doing everything wrong, she never puts you down. She might tell you that you're doing something bad, but she never puts you down. Number 4, she's patient and peaceful. She chilling. She never get out of hand. You don't see her hollering and screaming at somebody in public. You know, you don't be scared that it's about to go down. You know what I mean? Like if she caught you out cheating somewhere, she act calm or relaxed, like nothing's going on. She just looks at you like, oh, that's how you want to play them games? And then she walks away. She don't embarrass you. She don't tell the girl nothing negative. She don't do nothing. She don't slap you in public. She don't throw a drink on you. She just chill. That's a good one. Number 5, her smile is genuine. 9 times out of 10, if you listen to your gut about a woman, it'll tell you what kind of woman she is from the beginning. If you can look at this woman and look at her smile and tell it's genuine and tell that it's real and her happiness is really beaming from the inside of her, you can feel this energy. You just gotta pay attention. That's a good woman. Hey, it's your girl, Miss Soncerae here, and I just want to ask you to subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, I'm a little bit under 5,000, so if you can hook me up, please do. I saw this video recently with this young lady, this young black woman, disrespecting this black guy who was trying to get at her.
I'm good.
What's your name?
No, I don't have a name.
You got no name?
No.
That's very rude.
What drink you gonna get? You're rude for coming up to me. Talk to me.
Wasn't that rude? That was super rude. I'm here to tell you that African American women are most likely to do that ignorant, rude crap to a man more than any other race on this planet. That was super rude. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, why would you do that? Ladies, come on. Come on, we can do better. Be kinder, be sweeter, be gentler. I'm not saying that black men are all innocent, because I'm telling you they be mean too. But we ain't talking about them today. We talking about women. So here are my top 5 ways a black woman can tell a black man that she's not interested without her having to be rude. So number 5, no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Number 4, I'm actually not interested in dating right now, but thank you so much. Number 3, I appreciate that. I'm so flattered. Thank you, but I'm involved with someone. Number 2, I'm sorry, I don't have time to talk to you right now, but thank you so much for being interested. Okay, bye. Then walk off. How hard is that? And number 1, I'm sorry, but I'm not looking to get involved with anyone, but we can be friends and I hope I get to see you around sometime. How hard is that? How hard is that? You don't have to be Miss Rudeness. I ain't got a name. Nigga, why you trying to holler at me? You know I wouldn't talk to you. Boy, bye. Nigga, please. I got a man. Boop. Why are you here? Why are you still standing here? What do you want? What do you want? No, no, okay? No. Don't do all that. Just be kinder. I'm telling you, I'm living in a place right now where it's majority of people outside of my race. I see more interracial relationships than anything. But when I do see black women, they are being so rude to men when they are not interested. White women, Spanish women, Asian women, they don't do all that. It ain't all extra. And y'all wondering why these black men going and talking to these other women of other races? That's why. Because you're not being kind and nicer. Be cool, you know? Be beautiful too. Let the world know that we beautiful inside and out. We don't have attitude problems. We're kind and sweet and gentle and fragile. Okay? Show that side of you. I posted the comment on my Facebook page and this guy came on and he was like, don't be bashing black woman, you a black woman. Why does it gotta be about race? Because I don't see any other women behaving this way. Now it ain't about race, they ain't just got no home training. I don't care if they have home training or not. I see more black women doing this than any other race. I had to kick him off the island because I told him fall back and he didn't listen. It's like, boy, if you don't fall back hard. I don't mind telling another black woman when she being rude to another human being. I don't mind telling a purple, orange, green, red, or yellow lady that she being rude to somebody. And I don't think I should be punished for speaking out for what I see in my community amongst my own people, or if they're not my people. To be all people my people. But, you know, since people like to categorize me because of my skin tone, might as well talk about the things I see inside of the community that I'm not necessarily liking. And ladies, I just want you to be a little nicer to the fellas. Like, please, there's no reason to be rude at all, okay? I hope my tips help you fellas. 8 things men don't understand about women. About to hook y'all up and break it down. Break it down, break it down. Number 1, if a man has a sense of humor, can he get any woman he wants? Yeah, as long as he got other things too. I mean, does he look good? Does he have money? Does he have a nice car? Does he live well? Does he got a decent job? I mean, come on now, you can be funny all day, but don't a woman want a man that tell jokes 24 hours a day? We want a man that know when to be serious too, because we can get sick of them damn jokes. Sometimes we don't feel like he and hard all the time. You could get any girl in the world if her standards are low. If that's her only standard, then you could have her. She might open her arms to you. But 9 times out of 10, that's not the only thing we looking for in a man, just a sense of humor. Yeah, we like laughing, but you know, that ain't all we want. Number 2, do women like bad boys? We too grown. We got futures to build and homes to build and we got jobs and bills to pay and shit. We educated. We don't have time to be playing with no bad boy that don't bring nothing to the table. We don't have time for that. We focused on building something. We can't build something with some dude that's only interested in smoking weed and chilling. Can I get a 3? Why women are so difficult to understand? I'm an omni being. You should be slapped. And you like that. We are difficult to understand because that's what you like. Let me just say this. If you don't get along with women or you guys don't mesh well, that sounds like a personal problem. That sounds like that's you, not them. Women can be mysterious.
Women can be complicated. If we were like y'all, we'd just be a whole bunch of homos walking around. Just people acting one way. If women acting like men, then we all be homos. Let us be women. The only reason why you acting like a man is because we did. There's no way you could possibly act like a man if it wasn't a woman around to observe it. So stop complaining. We are not that complicated to figure out. It's simple. 1 + 2 = 3. I think men just aren't wired that way. You guys don't understand a lot of the things that we say because you really aren't listening. Personally, I think something is wrong with you if you think women are so complicated. Number 4, do women get attracted to ugly men? Of course not. Why would we do such a thing like that? We just put up with them because they have this thing that we like, this thing that we love. It's called personality, character, intelligence, things that really actually matter. I know some really, really attractive men that's dumb, straight stupid, just buff and dumb, athletic and just dumb. Number 5. How can a man turn a woman on? Well, I don't have like a cookie cut way to explain that. Like each woman is different. You're gonna have to take the time to actually get to know this woman. Figure this woman out. Take some time, get to know what her hot spots are. We're not just gonna tell you. I'm not finna tell you where my hot spot at. I'm not finna tell you what turn me on. That's for me and my boo only. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, don't be asking me nothing like that. I don't know. Good girls don't tell. 6. Why do women wear revealing clothing and then get mad when men stare? She's ignoring you while she's wearing revealing clothes. Dude, that means close your eyes. That outfit ain't even for you. That's for the other dude that's standing behind you that she's really interested in. What you mean why we wear revealing clothes and then get mad because you staring? Because we ain't interested in you. Close your eyes, walk on by, act like you Ray Charles, you blind, you don't see none of that. Move on by. Number 7, do women like being called bitch or shorty? What kind of question is that? Like, how is that not something you already know the answer to? Of course we don't like that crap. Don't even call me a B word in the bed either. You skank. Let me do it. Let me take it. Let me rub it back and smack it. I want to smack it. You B word. Don't call me freaking bed. Don't call me a whole bed. Don't call me a splatting bed. None of that. I don't hear that. That will turn me completely off. If you think it's okay to call me that while me and you sleeping together, you fucking with the wrong bitch. Did I just call myself a bitch? And finally, number 8. Do women look at short guys? Of course we look at them. Why wouldn't we look at them? That don't mean we gonna date them though. There's a lot of shallow women out there, okay? Y'all visual creatures too. Don't try to act like men ain't visual creatures. Y'all want something that's fine. Y'all want other dudes to look at your shouting and say, your chick got a fat ass. She got a dump. 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 Damn, she's sexy as hell. Hey, you know you want a chick that everybody be like, damn, she bad. Don't like, you ain't got to lie, kick.
You know what I never understood? How Beyonce could pop her coochie as much as she pops it, and no one thinks that she's a hoe. And this leads me to a conversation that I was having on Facebook with some people about whether a woman deserves to be raped or disrespected if she's walking around dressed like a hoe. Here's my hypothesis about that. Respect the uniform. We know what a cop looks like. We know what a doctor looks like. We know what a construction worker looks like. We know what an attorney looks like or a businessman looks like. We respect the uniform. And society is built that way. You don't have to like that, but that's just the way that it is. So if you're expecting some kind of respect, you might want to respect yourself. If you're a conservative person, dress like a conservative person. I'm not saying that women that dress provocatively deserve to be raped or disrespected. But women that dress like that, you need to understand that you put yourself in a position to be only looked at as a sex object by men. If you get raped or disrespected by men or women, you should have expected that when you put on that uniform. Someone also said in this post something that was utterly ridiculous to me. This chick said that a woman could dress provocatively and still be a virgin. Get the fuck out of here. Stop playing with me. Number 1, virgins are very, very, very conservative when it comes to their body. They're not anxious to show their body to the world. Virgins don't know a lot about sexuality. What sexuality does to the body is teach the body how to be more comfortable with it. You understand what I'm saying? So a promiscuous person or a person that has a lot of sex doesn't mind showing their body because sexuality makes you look at your body completely different than you would if you were still a virgin. And I'm explaining this to this woman, and what she's saying is kids. That basically there are kids in elementary school that are walking around being sexy or trying to be sexy. I'm like, what fucking ratchet ass elementary school you done walked up into? Because no elementary school I've been in with my daughter, it was kids walking around there looking sexy. But it could be the community that I live in, because I live in a wealthy white community. When me and my daughter lived in a community that was predominantly black, the girls in elementary school were already having sex. They weren't walking around trying to be sexy. They were already sexually active. And that's another reason why I wanted to take my daughter out of that school, because I realized that a lot of these girls weren't having the kind of relationship that me and my daughter had. And she was explaining that to me, that a lot of girls was being coerced by the 6th graders at her school. The 6th grade boys were telling the girls, well, if you don't suck my dick, such and such and such is going to happen. And my daughter was telling me this, and none of the other girls were telling their parents. Me and my daughter have an open communication when it comes to boys and sexuality and everything else, because I speak to her as if she's a human being instead of a child. So she knows a lot about sexuality. So if it's kids walking around here trying to be sexy, it's because they misunderstand actually what the word sexy means and what sexuality is. They would have way more respect for their bodies if they understood what it means to be sexy. What's the difference between a slut and a hoe? Because society teaches these kids that dressing like a slut, acting like a slut is going to get you treated like a slut. You know what I'm saying? That's what society teaches these children. So it's not like, these children just woke up one day and by nature decided to be sexual. Society teaches them this. So if they decide to dress provocatively in elementary school or middle school or high school, it's because they misunderstand what being sexy means. Nowhere in society is sexuality looked at as a positive thing. People are getting ridiculed for being gay. You know what I mean? So clearly, if society is supposedly teaching these kids how to be sexy, they're not teaching them that being sexy or being provocative is a good thing. They might see the fame and the fortune and see these people like Miley Cyrus get on the award shows and twerk and shit, but at the same time, they need to also be introduced to the negative side of that. They see that from one side, and that isn't society's fault that they're seeing it from one side. It's their parents' fault for not teaching them both sides of the coin. You might be thinking people should have the right to wear what they want to wear. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. But let me explain something to you. Just because you have a right to wear what you want to wear doesn't mean that it looks good on you or that it's appropriate. And at the same time, if you want your rights and you want to have the right to wear what you want, the people that are seeing you, the people that are viewing you, the people that are looking at you in that ridiculous ass uniform have the right to judge you if that's what they want to do. So if you're walking around here looking like a straight up hoe, don't be surprised. If you're walking around here with clear heels on, looking like a stripper, don't be mad when a couple of dollars get tossed at you and they expecting your ass to twerk upside down. Don't be surprised if a couple of dollars are being thrown at you and they expecting you to drop it like it's hot. If you're dressed provocatively, please understand that written on your forehead is the word disrespect. And if disrespect is not sitting up there, the word rape is. Not to say that a woman deserves to be raped or deserves to be disrespected. However, not everybody is a good person, and not everybody has a positive outlook when it comes to women who are promiscuous. So just how you want to have a right to walk up and down the street looking like fucking Nicki Minaj and whore couture and shit, someone has the right to look at you and think you a straight up skank. How you like those nipples? You're not about to catch me dressing like that. I was a model for a very, very long time. And during my modeling career, I could never understand why men were still considering disrespecting me. And you know why they consider disrespecting me? It's because I was always being shot in lingerie. What does lingerie relate to? Sex. So of course men were looking at me as a sex object. That makes sense. I was rocking a uniform. I wasn't necessarily promiscuous, but what the fuck? I was rocking the uniform. You can't rock the uniform and expect somebody to not treat you like a hoe. Ladies, it's very, very important that if you are a conservative woman, and you dress like you're a conservative woman, be that woman all the way around. You can still be sexy and still be conservative. Being provocative is a completely different thing. There's a way to add some class and still look sexy at the same time. Women pull it off every day. There's always that one outfit that we look stunning in. We all have that in our closet, and if you don't, I suggest you go out to the mall and go find it. A lot of women show their body because they need the attention. They feel the attention. They like it when men look at them and think that they're extremely attractive, but there is a downside to that. It's still only a sex object
in their eyes, and it's still always going to be about sex. And there's some men out there that relate sex to disrespect. Some people are just taught that. Respect yourself, do better for yourself. You don't have to degrade yourself. There's a lot of other things about you that you can put to the forefront. There's men out there that appreciate that about you as well. If you're looking for an audience, or you're looking for someone to give you some attention, you need to look inside yourself first and try to figure out what kind of void is missing right there for you to need that attention. There's other ways that you can do this. Start a group. Join a group. You know, go volunteer somewhere. You know what I mean? And what you put out, you get back every time. So if you want attention, go put your attention into someone else. Go to the nearest hospital and hold the newborn babies that don't have mothers. Go volunteer like a soup kitchen or a place where homeless people are. There's a lot of activities that you can dive into so you won't have to be sitting around trying to figure out what hoish outfit you want to wear to the club so you can get the attention of some man. Because that's the only reason why these women are walking around here looking like this. Most of these women that's walking around here provocatively, if they had a good father, their father wouldn't want them walking around looking like that anyway. Think about this, fellas. Would you want your daughter walking around looking like that? I know I wouldn't. When I used to model all the time, I told my daughter, listen, little girl, this modeling thing is difficult. Walking around here in lingerie, men are treating me some kind of way, and I really don't appreciate that because I'm not that kind of woman. But because I'm walking around looking like this, I gotta expect it. And she understood that. So I've taught her, you know, dress nicely, dress sexy, but be careful. Fellas, it's not okay to disrespect women that dress provocatively. But I understand. I really get it. You a man, you don't know no better. All you think about is balls and scratching them. Hey, it's your girl Miss Soncerae here, and it's my lunch break, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a video. I got some video topic suggestions that I want to read off, and sometimes I overlook them. If you feel like it's been a long time and I haven't responded to your video topic suggestion, please feel free to leave a comment on one of my videos or to email me or to text me. My phone number is in the long description box below, and you can go there and say, Soncerae, did you see my damn video topic suggestions? How you just gonna ignore me like that? Huh? To the people that show you love. Really? Really? That's all you gotta do. And I'll be like, oh, my bad, you know, and then I see your video topic suggestion. But, so, let's see. I'm gonna go in here. I got a video topic suggestion from Dre. It says, hello, Soncerae. First off, I'm one of your longtime subscribers, and I want your opinion on this. Why is it that when a woman will only date men 6 feet tall or better, or of a certain financial status, she has standards? It's preference, and it's her refusing to settle, etc. But men that won't date overweight women are seen as shallow and immature. I would love to hear an unbiased opinion, so that's why I'm reaching out to you. P.S. I'm going to come to ATL and marry you one of these days. Me with a husband, now that's a freaking miracle. You sure you want to marry all of this? All of this? Yeah, my shirt says selfie. Can you see that? Selfie. Yeah. So here's my answer to that. There's this thing inside of society. It's called a freaking double standard. It goes back to that whole same thing, you know, women can't go around sleeping with as many men as they'd like to because they'd be considered whores, right? But men they can go around and just sleep with whoever they want to sleep with and nobody even really cares, right? It's one of them kind of situations. First of all, I think that it's okay for everybody. I mean everybody to have a personal preference. You know, people say they don't want to marry people who are divorced. They don't want to marry people who have kids. They don't want to marry people of a certain race. They don't want to date someone who doesn't have X, Y, and Z. To me, I feel like you as an individual, you know what kind of person you are. You know what you can deal with. So if you decide that that's not what you want, that's cool, you know, and everybody should be okay with everybody else's preferences instead of judging them all the time for what they want, because you judging somebody else for what they want, but when it comes to what you want, you just as picky. Trust me. I know some people that give me the screw face because I don't like mayo. Not bad. Creamy shit ain't my thing. But you know, women feel like they deserve the best. And I tell men and women that they should always ask for what they are
and not more or less. Like, if you are not bringing that equivalent to the table, then you don't need to be asking for it. So there are women out there who are attractive. There are women out there who have the finances that they want, and the money, the body, the whatever that they're asking for, they have. So in that aspect, it's fair. Men aren't shallow when they don't want a fat woman, but a lot of women who are fat or who are overweight feel like, oh, a man should accept me for who I am regardless to my size. And you know, there are also men out there who are like that. So it's not just all people are one way. You know, it's not that, oh, women can get away with certain things and men can get away with certain things. That's just a stigma. That's just, you know, something that society tries to make us believe. You get to decide what kind of person you want in your life. If the kind of person that you want in your life happens to not be fat, then that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there that like BBW. You know what I mean? Like, personally, for me, I have a thing about too many damn muscles. Like, I just don't like muscles for some reason. Like, if you're hard and you don't have any softness to you, I don't like it. I think it's ugly. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like you're too muscular. I'm gonna need for you to like pipe down a little bit with the steroids and the pumping the iron, okay? You're pumping the iron a little too much, musclehead. I'm gonna need for you to fall back on that ASAP. You know, I just don't like it, you know, too rough. You know what I mean? It might look nice. I might look over and say, hey, that guy looks nice, but I don't know if I would screw him. You know what I mean? So everybody has their preferences, and it is always one way, and it's okay for everybody to have their preferences, but there is a double standard in society, and if you follow along with what society wants, or you're worried about what society wants, then you know that men are shallow because they want women who are fine, you know, thing will be, you know, something in your life that will bug you. I just don't think if you're a fat man, you need to be saying, oh, I want my girl to be fine and skinny. Yeah, I'm gonna need for you to put the pork chop down and stop being delusional, okay? I have a friend. His name is Pete. I love Pete. Pete is like so special to me, and he's been my friend since high school. And he is significantly overweight. And sometimes he's skinny. You know what I'm saying? It like goes back and forth. Sometimes he's skinny, sometimes he's fat. Sometimes he's skinny, sometimes he's fat. But if he gave me the opportunity to be with him, I probably would. You know what I'm saying? Because I love his spirit. I love who he is as a person. So what he looks like on the outside doesn't even matter to me. You know, but a lot of people choose weight or finance or whatever. They choose just to fit whatever part of their lives. You know, there's a lot of things that come with being with someone who's broke. But there's a lot of things that come with being with someone who is overweight. You know, people who are overweight have diabetes and heart blood pressure problems and all kinds of illnesses, and so that can be stress on a relationship. So I see how somebody could not want that for themselves. But you know, do you? It don't matter. It's just that double standard that society tries to, you know, make us believe as a form of control. You know what I mean? It's just, that's how it is, you know. And the sheeple in this country fall for it.